I have returned from the successful bounty hunting mission and we're back in the loot-heavy sector. I have assembled most fleets, including the trading ship convoy that I rerouted towards here, and we're now grabbing some loot in the asteroid belt, which dropped when the pirates attacked. So some minerals, well, not very much of them, but every bit should help at this point. I think we also got some ore. Yeah, it's really not much, but we will still grab it and then make our way back home. I finished some taxi jobs in Blue Prophet and my transporter is on its way south to collect another artifact. But this sector is also swarming a bit with pirates. So we need to clear them out first or let the Teladi handle them. I think we will meet in the middle there. But first let's grab that loot.
Cargo bay now contains 25 megajoule shield.
Just swinging by quickly and then grab it.
Command accepted. Command accepted.
Some silicone wafers. And I will leave these shields here. These are just random drops of single shields or weapons. That's not very valuable.
Command accepted.
And I also don't want to stay in this sector for too long because the west gate leads to the pirate territory and the new patrol could enter anytime soon.
Cargo bay now contains cargo bay.
And I don't want my trade ships to be here when that happens.
Debris.
So let's turn around. And we're heading straight for the north gate and leave this sector.
25 megajoule shield. Command
Still got some stuff here.
command accepted. Mercury enhanced.
Let these two freighters grab the loot.
Red mineral.
And there's another pirate, see? But our fleet doesn't have any trouble.
On behalf of Chairman CEO, the Teladi Company are grateful for your timely help in the saving of much profit.
Command accepted.
Yeah, grab this weapon, why not? Then I'm going to tell my fleet leader to follow me, so remember the hotkey to select him, and then the quick access key to protect me, and me in this case is this big ship,
Command accepted.
so the fleet will follow the large transport now.
Mercury.
And I'm going to tell my freighters to follow the large ship.
Command accepted. Red mineral cargo bay now contains red mineral. Command accepted.
Yes, follow me please. Then we're going to switch back to our Perseus.
Ryu.
Tell the Ryu I'm going to set his home base for a change. Then tell him to return back home. And we are taking a look at the pirates.
Entering system. Perpetual sin.
Seems like this Nova here is coming in from a repair at the outpost. It's joining back the fleet. And these pirates are focusing on the freighters in the asteroid belt. We have a bit more loot, which seems profitable enough to go for it. First go after the artifact.
Autopilot off. Cargo bay now contains artifact.
Got it.
Pirate Susanova Raider.
So the fleet is now slowly creeping back. Let's hope that no Xenon patrol will enter this channel of sectors from the west. And we can take a look at our outpost a bit. Because I haven't really dabbled that much. I just built some factories and activated the basic logistics complete preset. And this works well for the most part to start out, but we're beginning to get a lot more factories. We are already at 8 factories. And then this preset reaches its limit a bit. For example, the job to grab food from our food factory is at the very last position in the task list. And as you can see, with only 2 freighters, this already causes a problem. Oh no, actually not. A moment ago this food factory was full and no freighter got it. Visited it to grab the products, but it seems like one of them did. So it's still working, but you will see issues like that. So because of the very low position, for example, of the sea ration import job, it's going to take the agents a lot of time to go through all of these jobs, and the food factories could run full in this time frame and then not produce for a long time. So we're going to change that in the future, but it seems to work well. I have 2 agents, I believe. Yeah, there are 2 random freighters at work right now. We also got the miners ready as soon as they as soon as they were finished, they started mining, digging away. And one of them is already in the asteroid belt and is killing debris. So he is filling up with silicone, and a purple mineral just joined. So we are making a decent start with this. Got another mission back there, maybe take a look.
Granted. Autopilot activated.
Now let's see, we have a resource shortage. Didn't see that before. Oh, because we cannot build, we don't have the crystals to build the equipment for the last mining ship. And as you can see, the last miner who doesn't have any drilling lasers is actually reporting that he is unable to mine because he is lacking the equipment. And he should be waiting at the outpost. And as soon as we provide the drilling laser, then he should outfit himself. You can see this in the hangar screen. To be outfitted ship, the miner 4 is waiting for his equipment. And as soon as he gets it, he will also start mining. So there is a really nice safeguard so that your ships don't leave the shipyard with random equipment missing. That's one of the greatest additions in Mayhem. So let's see what this mission has in store for us. Just a random side quest.
Docking granted.
Don't have a docking computer on this ship.
Successfully docked.
On behalf of Chairman CO,
And we got another artifact hunting mission.
Received.
These are just great low risk opportunities to get some early reputation. I think something is wrong with my fleet because they are actually staying at the west gate. Probably because the fleet leader is a fighter and he's docked at the large transport. So let's not give him a
Command.
escort order and rather a follow order.
Nova. Raider. Ryu. Command accepted.
He also doesn't like that.
Arrow.
So you're leaving the ship. Now they are following. So as we all know, X3 isn't perfect, you got little issues like that, but once you figure out how to work around them, it's actually not that bad. Just have to be careful a bit. Start out slow and steady. I'm going to set a very large scanning range for my commander. And should make him slowly creep towards the enemy, but the fleet as a whole stays together. And for now I'm just
Command.
parking him in the middle, and from there he will seek out enemies to kill. You know what? Let's actually increase the follower scanning range very much, because there are only few pirates and they can be picked off by small groups of my ships. So trading. This is a list of all the resources and loot I hauled back to my outpost. It's quite a lot actually. And here we can see the total value of these goods. And one goal I have right now is to turn some of that into money and then use this money to buy from NPC factories and sell it for a profit again, and also buy more stuff for our own usage, especially for producing more stations. So I see that I have a lot of Restar oil because the average value is 184,000. But I don't have much ore, which is also a station construction component. And we have a lot less average value than Restar oil. Tellurium is sitting a bit in the middle. This is the third station construction component, and you want to balance that out. So I want an average value of these three components in my outpost, because this is the stuff that I'm consuming the most right now. I'm building these factories. Currently a research station is about halfway done. And we're following up with a few more factories, and then we need to build another outpost. And that uses up a lot of ore, Restar oil and tellurium. So that is the goal, to buy that and reach an even level for these three goods. So I'm going to trading. I haven't set up anything, I believe. I think this is a default job that gets added. For now, let's just load a full preset. And what this does, it adds anywhere in the game, any resource that's in the game, and adds an entry to this trading list. And on the right column you can see how much you have and how much of it is the average worth of all goods you have. Oh, we got a big bounty. And so you can instantly see, for example, that we have a lot of energy cells, which will be harder to sell, I believe, and also a lot of computers. Because the amount of resources won't say much to you, so always take a look at the average credit value to get more exact amounts and basic idea of what you have and what you have not. And then you can set a target level. So at which level you want to, or to which level you want to import, and over which level you want to export. And if I want to make money of these goods, I just leave the export at 0. So I'm selling everything below 0, above 0 is going to be sold. But I don't want that for our station construction components, so I'm switching the mode where you can adjust these values to export. And then simply max that out for ore, Restar oil and the tellurium. And also some stuff we need in our factories. So let's take a look what we have. We have a chemical lab, which needs the waste, which is produced by our people in the outpost, and the chemical lab turns it into chemicals, which is then used by the tellurium foundry, which is important for our station construction. So I don't want to sell the waste, I want to use that for my chemical lab, and some of the energy is used in my crystal fab. And this chain here produces food. Right now I don't have any use for the food, so I'm going to sell it. But the protein paste blending facility is again using the waste from the outpost. So for now, we're just going to keep our chemicals. I'm going to adjust that later. I'm going to keep my waste. And I also want to keep some computer components, because these are ship crafting components. But we don't need that much, because we don't have that many hull plating. And we also don't have that many quantum tubes. So these are the 3 shipbuilding components. And we also want to balance them out. So right now we got way too many computers, so I'm raising the export limit. I know that my large transport is bringing some more hull plating in, so we are going to use the quantum tubes as our target value. So we got 195,000 worth of quantum tubes. So I'm simply going to raise the computers to that level too, so that we have a nice and well-rounded and balanced stock of all 3 ship crafting components. And I'm doing the same thing for the hull plating. And again, just ignore the actual value that you are typing here. Just look at the average credit value, because this will give you all the information that you need. We're just raising that up. Oh, that was too much. And also later on, when you are shipping thousands of units around, this is not that finicky anymore. But in the beginning, I want to count every credit and make the most of my bucks. So we're doing this the hard way. And I also want to keep some crystals, everything for now, so I'm going to raise that. And I also want to keep my silicone for now. But everything else can be sold. I really don't care, I just want the money right now. Maybe keep some shielding. Like 10, 25 megajoule shields. And also keep some mobile drilling systems, actually all of them, because we're equipping our miners right now. Then I'm going to activate strict export. This means that these values that we designated here, especially for the ship crafting components, are not just a threshold, but an actual limit. So the traders won't sell any parts below that amount. And the external trade limit is going to be 0 for now. This means I'm not going to buy from NPC factories. I just want to start selling what I already have. And later on, when I got more money from that, we're going to increase this value. And this means our traders will also start to buy stuff from NPCs and sell them and sell it back to them for a profit. So this should be it. Now we just need another trade ship and activate that as a trader. But we are still on our way, so this is going to take a while. But we're slowly creeping in. So one of these 2 guys is going to be a trader worker. I'm going to fly ahead a bit and also take my fleet with me, in case the Xenon do decide to show up all of this sudden. Let's hope that our transport doesn't kill us when he enters the next sector right behind us. But I think these kind of issues should have been sorted out by Egosoft by now. And in the background you can see one of the new skyboxes from my backgrounds pack, which is available at the Egosoft forums. And it's actually very fitting for a sector which is called Blue Prophet. The nice thing about these is that they also have a top and a bottom, unlike all the other skyboxes which were originally in the game. But they are going to be a bit more rare. So they, on average, they don't get spammed around the whole galaxy as much. You won't stumble across a new background in every second sector, which is also nice, I think. Yeah, the split over here have placed a lot of satellites. I never really visited this area before. I just used a favor point, the standard favor point that you get after completing your ascension. And then you can invest it for a diplomatic action. And I always recommend that you take this mapping service. They will place satellites for 3 hours. And as you can see, they map this entire area and also almost all of the top here. So this is going to give you a lot of satellites, which is very handy in the early game. But I'm also going to build a satellite factory, and then we are going to map the entire rest and find a good position for our second sector and continue from there.